Is that I've been an investment banker for nearly 30 years. I was specializing in fixed income products, trading European and American government bonds and futures and options. I was actually working on the Danish stock exchange while I did my 2 degrees, my MBA and my master's in law. I was studying in the evening and working on the stock exchange, trading government bonds and mortgage bonds. And then in '93, I moved to London to work for Credit Suisse First Boston. In 2011, I was working for Morgan Stanley, and that's where I stopped working. I realized I was probably blacklisted after a dinner with Janet Yellen at the Lanesborough Hotel in London. I did not realize that the Federal Reserve was privately owned. I thought she was a public sector worker, and I just couldn't understand why these international institutions, IMF, Federal Reserve, the World Bank, World Economic Forum, what are these institutions doing? They seem to be doing more harm than good. And I was kind of grilling her and asking her a lot of questions. We were about 20 people. There were Janet Yellen and 1 or 2 colleagues from the Federal Reserve. There were some economists and professors from London School of Economics, and then there were a group of traders from the large American investment banks. And I was really asking her a lot of tough questions. Even though I'd made my annual budget already in April, they fired me. And it was very weird because a month before, they offered me to be promoted and move to New York and so on. So, which I turned down because my family was living in Denmark and was commuting in the weekend, so I didn't want to do that. All of a sudden, it was very difficult to find a job, so I started studying a lot and reading, and it was like under every stone I looked under, there was another dead body. It was like everything was wrong. I mean, it was like the educational system, which I'm interested in because I have 3 kids, and it was the pharmaceutical industry. They're being fined billions and billions for cheating with different studies and lying and thieving, and it was the looting of the third world, and everything. It was just everything, and I was just in 2015. That was when I learned how money is created, and I just could not believe it. I thought, like everybody else, that money was something that our national banks were creating, and that it's privately owned, privately controlled, and that was a huge shock for me in 2015.